G'day, Jason the Middle-Aged Gear Junkie here. I'm super excited today because this is my first demo in my new studio, and I'm also really excited to announce that I have merchandise available now. I have two stores, one for North America, South America and Europe, and the other for Australia, New Zealand and Asia. I've put the links in the descriptions of all my videos and you can go there and check it out and maybe buy something and help support this channel. A couple of months ago, I bought a Marshall DSL40 and I haven't had a chance to demo it up until now. I will go into all the reasons why I bought it and the specs of it at the end of the video, but for now, I'm sure you just want to hear some tones, so let's get to that. So here's the clean sound. I have the reverb up most of the way up so that you can hear what that's like. I'm not going to use much reverb for the rest of this demo. I've got the neck humbucker here split into a single coil, which is what I'm going to start on, and then I'll go to the bridge humbucker. By rolling off my volume pot just a little bit, we lose a little bit of excess gain there, but we also lose a bit of that really sort of prickly top end as well, and that makes it perfect now for sort of Hendrixy style stuff. Now for some humbucker growl. It's just so warm and crisp. It's just got such great tone for classic rock. It just makes me want to play classic rock all day. Those open chords just sound so harmonically rich and full, and you know, a great amplifier brings that out. This is Ultra Gain 1. So it's highly compressed, but it's really got that Marshall grind. Now it has ultra gain too, so I'll engage that and let's see if there's much difference. Yeah, that is actually quite a bit different. It's really squishy and it feels like an amp that's starting to sag and it's starting to lose note definition. Yeah, it's lost a bit of that top end clarity. I'll put it back into lead 1. Yeah, Ultra Gain 1 is way more crisp than Ultra Gain 2. Ultra Gain 2 sounds like it's like a master gain amplifier that's absolutely cranked and it's starting to become really sort of spongy and squishy. I've just engaged the tone shift, which scoops out a lot of mid-range and leaves you with a really sort of scooped metal sound from the sort of late 80s, early 90s. The Marshall DSL40 is an excellent pedal platform, and to demonstrate this I'm going to use the classic old Digitech Bad Monkey, which I'm going to use through the classic gain crunch channel. I'm going to demonstrate that with both single coils and humbuckers. This is without the Bad Monkey. And this is with it. Let's try the Bad Monkey now with humbuckers. This is with it off. Yeah, it definitely helps to focus that sound and make it a bit more sort of mid-rich and take away some of the really present upper mids. When it comes to the ultra gain setting, there actually isn't a lot of effects that work well with high gain, but there is one in particular that does, which is wah. So I'll demonstrate what a wah pedal sounds like in front of the Ultra Gain 1 channel. So the specifics of this amplifier is that it is a 40 watt dual channel foot switchable all valve amplifier. Now the two channels that you can foot switch between have a lot of tonal options. So the classic gain channel can be set up as a clean or it can be set up as a crunch channel, and then the ultra gain channel has two different voicings, and then you also have the tone shift available for that as well. Both channels have their own reverb, they also have their own master volume, and we have a foot switchable effects loop. The DSL40 has a single 5-band EQ, which is bass, middle, treble, presence, and also resonance. Resonance is a bit of extra bottom end that you can wind into your sound. I'll give you a quick demonstration of its effect right now. So as you can hear, it winds in a bit of extra low end, but not a whole lot. Even with it turned way up, it doesn't make it too muddy. Like I said at the top of the video, I've had this amp for a few months now, so I've had plenty of time to get used to it and to adjust to it. I do want to apologize though for my cork guitar being a little bit out of tune for this demo. I restrung it last night and I obviously didn't break the strings in well enough, so I'm having a few tuning issues with that at the moment. Let's start with the clean channel. The clean channel's okay. I mean, it doesn't have any real character to it, so if you're looking for a fairly neutral sound, I think that'll work really well. It's a decent pedal platform. I did find though, when I was playing with humbuckers on the clean channel, I was actually getting a bit of breakup, and I had the gain down at about 9 o'clock, which is quite low. So it is a fairly low headroom clean sound as far as I can tell. Now the reverb, again, I mean, I used reverb for the clean examples, and I had that up to about 3 o'clock, which is almost all the way up, and it wasn't very prominent. I mean, if I turn my deluxe reverb, if I turn that reverb tank right up, it is very, very noticeable. So the reverb's not too in your face. If you're a real reverb lover, you'd use a pedal, but it'll do the job. So when you switch the classic gain channel over into crunch mode, it's supposed to be voiced like a Marshall Plexi from the 60s or 70s. And for me, that's where the magic happens. It really had that classic rock sound that I absolutely love. It didn't matter if I was playing single coils or humbuckers, it just sounded amazing. With my Strat, it was a little bit bright, but when I rolled off the volume just a little bit, it tamed a lot of those sort of present upper mid frequencies, and you could play Hendrix all day long, no problem on that setting. With humbuckers, it just had growl. It just, it wasn't super high gain or anything like that, but it just had this crunchiness to it that it was pure Marshall. That's the only way I can describe it, and I absolutely love it. Ultra Gain 1 is supposed to be voiced like your classic JCM800 or JCM900. And again, I think it nailed this sort of sound too quite well. I mean, for a 112 combo, I mean, it sounds fantastic. It's got all the gain you need to do hard rock and even metal. I mean, can't go wrong. I was less of a fan of Ultra Gain 2. To me, it sounds like an amp that's being pushed to its limits, and it's starting to become very, very squishy, and you start to lose the crispness of your attack. And for some people, this is a desirable sound, and that's totally fine. And I'm not making any judgment on that. I personally don't really like that sort of thing. I like more of a precise sound. So it's cool it has that option, but it's not something that I use. The tone shift, again, this comes down to personal preference. It's cool it has that option. It's not something that I would use very often unless I was playing that sort of early 90s metal type thing, which is not very often. So, I mean, part of the attraction for having a Marshall is having that really beautiful Marshall crunch. And by engaging that, it scoops a lot of that mid-range out. So it's a good option, but it's not something that I use. So why did I buy this particular Marshall amplifier? Now, first of all, I wanted to buy a Marshall amplifier because with my pedal demos, I do them all through my Fender Deluxe Reverb, and a lot of people are asking, what's that pedal going to sound like through a Marshall or through a Vox? So I've wanted to expand my amplifier collection so that I can do demos through a few different sounding amplifiers. Now, I chose the DSL40 because of its flexibility. It can do high gain tones a la sort of your JCM 800, 900, but it can also pull off a lot of those Plexi Super Lead tones as well. So I went for this particular amp because of its flexibility over, say, an Origin, which is more based on a Plexi, or something that was more high gain. I know that Marshall have put out a lot of amplifiers over the years that can do this kind of thing, but the DSL40 is very, very reasonably priced. I picked up this amplifier secondhand, but it was practically new. And one of the great things about the DSL40 is that it is very, very affordable, and you get a lot of amp for the money. And this had a large bearing over why I picked the DSL40. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I've put links in the description for my two stores. So just click on the appropriate one, check out some of my merchandise. And if you like it, please buy it because it will help to support this channel. You can join the Middle Age Gear Junkie Facebook page. There's also a link to that in the description as well. Other than that, my name is Jason, and it's great to be back. See you later.